Back when I was still a loser and not exposed to knowledge, I used to have a narrow perspective, living life in a vacuum and blaming the external factors, blaming the government, blaming the religion, but at the same time, failing to understand that my life is my responsibility and nobody's coming with a life jacket to save me from this mist of unconsciousness. The purpose of this video is to try to help that younger me who's watching this right now, to avoid stepping on those footprints that will potentially lead them to misery. My goal, my mission is to wake someone up from this messed up mystification and navigate them to the lives that they were born to live. One of the biggest misconceptions that I had was constantly submitting to my excuses, but at the same time, not realizing the fact that those excuses were just a temporary fix, but not a permanent solution. So, in other words, the more excuses I made, the more of my time I wasted. Because I didn't understand that in life, it's either you change or nothing changes. It's either you make a move or you will remain stagnant. Because nothing will just come to you like miraculously without you putting in the necessary hard labor and effort into it. I didn't understand that procrastination is more like a demonic entity that paralyzes us from becoming the best version of ourselves and, doing what is necessary to inspire change in our lives. You know, I was oblivious to the mere fact that everything in life has repercussions. Whatever that you intensively and constantly focus on grows. If you constantly focus on distractions, then those distractions they will grow. And same thing applies. If you're constantly focusing on refining yourself, then guess what? You're going to grow. Whatever that you constantly put your entire focus on every single day will grow immensely because attention is like water. It has the power to stimulate growth. I also didn't understand that self improvement, self discipline, they are more like a life sentence, not a 5 year sentence, and obviously not a 10-year sentence, but a life sentence. Because to live a more fulfilled life, you have to keep up with the world by prioritizing constant learning and having a thirst for knowledge. I also didn't understand that the decisions that you take today has the power to shape your tomorrow or push you into mediocrity. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I want you to take away from this video and always remember is that the inconvenience is always caused by the lack of knowledge. So, only the knowledgeable ones will live a life of abundance and equanimity.